Is it permissible to read the Quran from the Mushaf or from the phone during obligatory prayers or Taraweeh? And is there a difference between a person who reads being a memorizer of what they read or not? Here, there is a disagreement among scholars. According to Abu Hanifa, may Allah have mercy on him, if someone reads from the Mushaf in their prayer and is not a memorizer of what they are reading, then their prayer is invalid in this case. Why? Because carrying the Mushaf, looking at it and flipping the pages is a lot of work that is not part of the acts of prayer, and there is no need to carry it during prayer. Therefore, the prayer would be invalid in this case. Imam Abu Hanifa, may Allah have mercy on him, supported this by citing a narration from Ibn Abi Dawud about Ibn Abbas, who said that the commander of the faithful, Umar ibn al-Khattab, forbade people from leading others in prayer while holding the Mushaf. This means that Sayyidina Umar forbade people, meaning that the one who leads others in prayer should not do so with anything from the Mushaf. However, this narration is very weak and is not established from Sayyidina Ibn Abbas or Sayyidina Umar ibn al-Khattab. May Allah be pleased with him. They said that Abu Hanifa, may Allah have mercy on him, sees that this prompting from the Mushaf is like being prompted by someone else. It is as if he is reading while someone next to him is saying, in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, praise be to Allah, the Lord of the worlds. They said that prompting is invalid in this case if he is being prompted. Accordingly, if the Mushaf is placed in front of him, according to the opinion of Imam Abu Hanifa, may Allah have mercy on him, and he reads from it without carrying it or flipping the pages and such actions, then the prayer would be invalid due to the lack of significant action in this case. This is the opinion of Imam Abu Hanifa. May Allah have mercy on him. The majority of scholars, including the Malikis, Shafi'is and Hanbalis, as well as Abu Yusuf and Muhammad from the Hanafis, stated that if a person reads the Quran from the Mushaf, their prayer is not invalidated, whether it is an obligatory prayer or a voluntary one, and whether they have memorized the Quran or not. However, it is disliked in obligatory prayers according to the majority, in contrast to the Shafi'is, who said that the prayer is valid but disliked according to the Malikis and Hanbalis, who believe it is unnecessary in obligatory prayers. As for the Shafi'is, they see no difference between obligatory and voluntary prayers. This is also the opinion of Abu Yusuf and Muhammad from the Hanafis. Imam Ibn al-Qasim narrates in the Mudawana from Imam Malik that Imam Malik said, there is no harm in leading people in prayer from the Mushaf during Ramadan in voluntary prayers, and he affirmed this in obligatory prayers. Ibn al-Qasim said that Imam Malik disliked this in obligatory prayers. Imam al-Nawawi, may Allah have mercy on him, states that thinking and looking do not invalidate the prayer by consensus. This means that if a person thinks or looks at anything, if it is not the Mushaf, then looking at the Mushaf is even more permissible. Abu Hanifa, may Allah have mercy on him, said that if a person is praying and thinks about things or looks at things, if it is not the Mushaf, their prayer does not become invalid. So the Mushaf should be even more so that their prayer remains valid. As for prompting in prayer, it does not invalidate it according to the Shafi'i scholars without disagreement. The majority supported the permissibility of carrying the Mushaf in prayer and reading from it or from a mobile phone based on the hadith of Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, that her servant Zakwan led her in prayer from the Mushaf. This narration was mentioned by Imam al-Bukhari in his Sahih and was reported by Ibn Abi Shaybah and Abdul Razak in his Musannaf. Imam al-Zuhri, may Allah have mercy on him, when asked about a man reading from the Mushaf during Ramadan, said that our best people used to read from the Mushafs. He justified the preference for reading by those who have memorized the Quran because it distracts them from humility in prayer, meaning that a memorizer holds the Mushaf. It is only disliked, meaning that looking at the place of prostration is necessary because it is obligatory or sunnah to look at the place of prostration. Therefore, looking at the Mushaf is unnecessary because he is a memorizer. It is disliked in obligatory prayers in general because the norm is that one does not need it in obligatory prayers. As in obligatory prayers, one recites Al-Fatiha and perhaps a simple surah. So he is certainly memorizing that surah and does not need it in obligatory prayers. However, the entire issue arises in voluntary prayers. And of course, brothers, the early Mushafs were very large and carrying them was heavy, yet scholars permitted them, unlike Abu Hanifa, may Allah have mercy on him. The correct view is that if a person is praying an obligatory prayer or a voluntary prayer, it is permissible for them to read from the Mushaf whether they have memorized what they are reading or not, and Allah the Most High knows best.